Trump is going to speak tonight at Bedminster. Here is what I would like for Donald Trump to say tonight at Bedminster, okay? This is the argument that wins Donald Trump the 2024 election, okay? I am going to speak to you now, off the cuff, unprepared, without anything written, as if I were Donald Trump, what I would like to see him say at the top of his statement tonight from Bedminster in the wake of federal indictment against him brought by Merrick Garland, Joe Biden, and the Democrat apparatus. Okay? Here's what I would like to see Trump say. What happened to me is a direct attack against American democracy, the most significant attack on American democracy that has occurred in any of our lives. In the 240-year history of the United States, we have never seen, ever, not once, anyone who is sitting in office attempt to put their chief political rival for the White House, for the presidency, in prison for the rest of his life. That has never occurred throughout our entire history. We have had decades of huge recriminations, of disagreements, of battles over ideas, some of which have, even in the case of the Civil War, become legitimate fights between our own citizens. Never, not once, have we ever seen the President of the United States, through his Department of Justice, with his Attorney General, through an independent counsel's recommendation that he hand-selected, have we ever seen what is happening today. Joe Biden came into office promising that he was going to restore normalcy to the country and that he was going to defend democracy. He's failed on both fronts. This is the most outrageous, outlandish, unsupported attack upon free elections that has ever occurred in our country. What they are trying to do to me is put me in prison. But this is about something much bigger and more important than me. What they are trying to do is set the precedent that it is acceptable for one party in power that holds the presidency to try to put their chief political rival, a former president and the leading contender to beat Joe Biden in 2024, in prison. This is something that happens in Latin America. This is something that has happened in banana republics all over the world. It's never happened in the United States before. And if this happens to me, it will not be the last time that it happens. In fact, it will become standard operating procedure. Which is why, if I am elected president, I am going to have to pursue Joe Biden for all of the crimes that he has committed and all of the crimes that his family has committed. But I'm going to do something that Joe Biden's not willing to do. I'm going to prove all of his crimes. And then when I'm president, I'm going to pardon him. Because I want to beat him fair and square in 2024. I'm going to beat him fair and square, and then I'm going to have my Department of Justice unleash a full-fledged investigation of the Biden crime family. We're going to prove everything that they did. We're going to lay it out for the American public to see. And then I'm going to pardon him, because this is the most important truth. Once you set a precedent of trying to put an American politician in prison, it will not end. And I know I said that Hillary Clinton should go to prison. And frankly, I think she should. She lied in her investigation. She hammered her email server. She bleached it. She committed crimes that, unlike James Comey, I believe any reasonable prosecutor would have seen as evidence and brought forth and tried to put her in prison. But ultimately, upon reflection, after I've seen what happened to me and what they have done to my family, I think that at some point in time, someone needs to actually stand up for American democracy for precedent for the 240 plus year history of our nation. That is why what is happening to me will not end unless I am elected and I put an end to it. I'm going to kick Joe Biden's ass fair and square in November. I'm going to trounce him. Joe, you're watching this, at least if you're not in bed yet. I want you to know this. I'm going to beat you everywhere. We're not trying to run a campaign to win by 500 votes. We're running a campaign where all the floods in Atlanta can't help you, because I'm going to crush you in Arizona, in Georgia, in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, in Nevada, in New Hampshire. Every state that was close in 2020, I'm winning in 2024. I want you crying on election night. I want to beat you so bad on election night, Joe Biden, that it happens so early even you haven't gone to bed yet, because you're only working like 4 hours a day right now. I'm going to crush you. And then I'm going to sweep you right outside of office. I'm going to conduct an investigation to prove how much of liars and cheats and, frankly, scandalous the behavior was of the Biden crime family. I'm going to lay it all out. And then guess what? Because I actually understand the importance of American democracy and of our long-lasting 240-year history, I'm going to pick up this pen and I'm going to pardon you. And I'm going to pardon every member of your family too. Because even though you're the worst president of my life, and even though I believe you and your family have cheated and scammed and made millions on the back of the American public, I think principle deserves to stand above politics. So, you're going to have to take the ass kicking in November that's coming your direction next year. And you're going to have to deal with all your dirty laundry being shared out in public, and the full substance of all your criminal crime family violations is going to be widely distributed for everybody to see. But then I'm going to do something that you're not willing to do. Unlike you, I'm not going to try to put you in prison. I'm going to rise above bitter partisan rancor. And I'm going to pardon you with this pen from all of your crimes. And then I'm going to be the greatest president in America for the next 4 years. I'm going to make America great again. I'm going to send the message that this country's institutions are too important and that I love this country too much to do what you're doing and allow you to continue with this destructive, biggest attack on democracy in our nation's history. That's my promise to you. That's my promise to everybody out there watching. Get ready. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, New Hampshire. I'm running the board. I'm going to beat your ass worse than Alabama beats a lower tier non-Power 5 conference opponent. Basically, I'm going to treat you like you're Vanderbilt in the SEC. Joe Biden, get ready. Ass kicking's coming. Boom. All right? That's off the cuff. That is absolutely no protection, no like preconceived notion. I don't read off anything for this show. That's a landslide message.